Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys how to service your lawnmower. I am a certified small engine mechanic. I have certifications in Briggs & Stratton, Toro, American Honda, Steel, you name it. I did it for a living for a long time, and now I'm starting back up again. And so now I'm going to teach you guys how to maintenance your lawnmower. This is going to be a general maintenance program for really almost, I'm going to say 90% of walk behind mowers out there. So let's get started. All right, so to get things started here, I'm going to start off by going what all you're going to need. And I'm going to be using a 10W30, straight 30 or SAE 30 is best for lawnmowers, but a 10W30 is just as good. I like it in this 10W30 because it's cheaper to buy, and as long as you're servicing your mower in the right intervals, then you don't have to worry about really what weight of an oil to use. But 1030 works for most of the country, but refer to your owner's manual for that. 5/8 socket wrench as well. However, that's going to take off the spark plug. You're going to need a champion. It doesn't have to be a champion. You can cross-reference this. RC12YC is the spark plug that already comes in it, so I always stick with the champions, but you can cross-reference this if your local auto parts store doesn't have it. Air filter. I can't remember the part number, but I'll put it in the description. So you can get this air filter part number. I just get them on Amazon. They're very cheap. It's not the highest of quality, but like I said, if you're doing proper maintenance intervals, I've never had an issue with using these Chinese-made air filters. Sorry, I'm in my garage, and this is my shop as well, so it's a little bit noisy. You don't need a funnel, or you're going to need a funnel. Sorry, I use this funnel here. I put my oil in it and I measure it out to 20 ounces. You only need 20 ounces of oil in literally 90% of the mowers you're going to be servicing. So keep that in mind, but refer to your service manual. But 18 to 20 ounces is the proper amount. So like I said, I just buy it in the 5-quart bottles or containers. And just use as much as I need as necessary, and then you're gonna need an oil pan. Okay, so we're working on this 21-inch Murray, just a regular push residential mower, no self-propel or anything like that. I'm gonna do a full maintenance on this thing. It actually came in running rough. Turns out there was some debris in the carburetor, so I rebuilt the carburetor. If you want to see how I did that, let me know, and I could do a tutorial on a rebuild. This is a 6.25 horsepower engine, and it doesn't really matter the horsepower. Don't pay they're all roughly the same, within the same torque and horsepower or cc, whatever. This is an overhead valve, so as long as you have an overhead valve, Briggs & Stratton, pretty much all of the instructions that I'm going to give you are going to be the same. So we'll start off with taking the air filter cover off here and putting this to the side. So air filter, here's the part number right here, 593260. Here's the part number for this mower. It's not terrible. You can tell the customer's been servicing it. It's got some debris packed inside, but no big deal. Well, first thing you're going to do is start the mower. Always start the mower to get the oil kind of warmed up and all the debris shook around, and then you can drain it. It's going to drain a lot easier as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. So there you go. Mower starts. Now we're going to tip it. When you tip your mower, you always tip on the oil side. So flip the mower on its side of where the oil is going to be, but the first thing you want to do is remove the spark plug. For any reason, it's just something that I've always done, and it's a safety reason, I guess, because the mower, once you put your fingers under it, there's no chance for the engine to start up. in any way. So always remove the spark plug before you flip it over. It's just a good rule that to have, I guess. But so we'll go ahead and remove the spark plug here. Okay, to remove the spark plug, you're going to remove the spark plug boot here. It just pops right off. You can give it a little twist because sometimes it kind of sticks to the electrode on top. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So if I have it straight up and down, I don't know why I have to explain this, but a lot of people, I've seen so many strip spark plugs in my life. So believe it or not, people do this. So if you have the ratcheting wrench vertical, left is the direction you take it off. So just take it off like that. Once you loosen it, you can just grab it by the porcelain side or the white part of the spark plug and remove the spark plug. Okay, as you can see, this spark plug is in very good shape. Nothing really wrong with it, nothing bad about it. It's just you don't even have to really replace it, but I'm going to anyways. What you want to look for in a spark plug is this electrode in the inside right here. If that becomes black, which this one's actually pretty worn, I take that back. When that electrode becomes black, the white porcelain on the inside, then that's when you know it's time to change the spark plug. I've never gapped a spark plug in my life, and I've serviced thousands upon thousands of mowers and never had an issue. So if you want to gap your spark plugs, go for it, but not really needed. There's your before and after. See the porcelain on the inside, how it's nice and white and shiny. This mower, the air filter is kind of dirty, and it could have been clogged at one time, causing this plug to kind of foul out a little bit, but nothing really out of the ordinary. And we'll go ahead and put that in after. At this point, you want to tip your mower on its side and start draining the oil. Okay, so you can tip your mower by just sliding it down and just laying it on its side. The handlebars will kind of keep it from tipping over all the way completely. And then you can take your same spark plug tool, and all mowers have a different crankshaft bolt to take the blade off, so keep that in mind. You can take a piece of wood or a block to lodge the blade from moving, but personally I just use a impact wrench because it's just easier and faster for me. And we'll put some, you want to put some gloves on or anything just so you don't cut yourself, and then we'll remove the blade. Okay, so I'm going to be taking it off with my impact wrench. There you go. So when I remove the blade, when you remove the blade, just to make sure you remember which side went up. Basically, the cutting edge or the sharp edge will face away from you. That's just a good rule of thumb, I guess, to have. But as you can see, this blade right here is not very dull or anything, but I'm going to give it a good sharpen and put it back on. If you cannot sharpen it, or if you don't have the right tool to sharpen it, then you can take it to your local lower lawnmower shop, and they can sharpen this for you. And it's usually like 10 bucks, maybe if that. But keep that in mind, and we'll go ahead and sharpen this thing. So I forgot to point out, you want to make sure you have your safety glasses on, especially if you're going to be grinding or doing anywhere sparks are flying or anything like that. Safety glasses. Okay, so I wanted to point out that while you're going to be sharpening the blade and everything else, you want to start draining the oil. So get you a shop towel or a shop rag and just remove the dipstick while it's on its side, and the oil will start draining like that. And I'll just put the dipstick down, let it drain while I'm sharpening the blade, or it'll take like 5 minutes to drain. It doesn't take very long, and just give it time to just all seep out, and you're good to go. Now we'll go ahead and sharpen the blade. Okay, so now we're going to sharpen the blade. Make sure you have your ear protection, your eye protection, and an angle grinder, and we'll go ahead and get this blade sharpened. I just got a cheap Harbor Freight angle grinder that I've had for a while now, and it's gotten the job done this far. So we'll go ahead and sharpen this blade. side you sharpened, just remember that that side should face away from you when you put this mower blade on. So the shiny side that you sharpened, you should be able to see that. Okay, again, never, I want to say never have I seen a mower blade be reverse threaded. So keep that in mind, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, almost always. So there you go, mower blade is sharpened, and we'll go ahead and turn the mower upright and put some oil in this thing. Okay, my can was almost empty. Now it's got about 15-ish ounces in, 15, 20 ounces in it. I'm gonna put just under 20 ounces in it, and we'll do that now. Brand new bottle of oil. Remove this. Okay. I don't have nails, so it's hard for me to break through this. Yep. Gosh, this is a super strong label. Holy, or not label, seal. So I put 20 ounces of oil in my container, like so. Boom. Okay, and then put the lid back on in case I knock it over. I want a oil spill in my garage, and then we'll just put it right down the dipstick tube. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. So I'll usually just set it on here like so. You can watch it as it goes in, and just speed up this funnel I got at an auto parts store. I can't remember where I got it, but you can speed up the flow out of it by untwisting it and then tightening it to slow down the flow. So as you can see, this mower is just drinking this oil. We're at it. Okay, almost there. And once this is done, we'll put the dipstick back in. Always remember, when you finish putting oil in it, put the dipstick back in. Because you do not want to get to the end of this and start your mower and the dipstick not be in. It'll run. It'll run for a while. It'll run for days. Okay, maybe not days, but a day. And it'll just shoot oil everywhere. I've seen it happen before, and I made that mistake myself a very long time ago. Very long time, like right out of high school when I was a kid. So now we'll put the air filter in it. Okay, with the old and with the new, just place your air filter on. It's got easy tabs, very easy to service, not coming off. Now we'll put our blade back in. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Trying to stay out of the way so y'all can see. What you don't want to do is you don't want to ram the spark plug up against the head, because that is when you start having issues with your gap, you know, because I've seen people put this on, put their spark plug in, and the smashing the top electrode in and closing the gap because they rammed it into the hole, if that makes sense. So what I do is I get it almost tight, so where it's like you can barely push on it with a couple fingers, and give it another eighth of a turn, if that. It's got a seal on it, so it doesn't have to be super, super tight. And there you go. Okay, so the mower is basically done. It's not self-propel or anything, so there's no adjusting cables or anything like that. If you want, these cables here, like your bail cable, you can spray some lubricants, like WD-40, down inside the little housing. Just spray it through the top so it'll leak down in there to keep those cables lubricated. You can just use liquid wrench, any sort of lubricant, that'll keep these cables from rusting, because that is also a common problem with these mowers, especially if you sweat a lot. When you sweat, the sweat goes inside of there, believe it or not, and it causes corrosion. So, and end up costing you money in the long run, because without this cable pulling back, then your mower will not start. So we'll go ahead and start it up, get the oil warmed up a little bit, and we'll close this video out. Okay, so there you have it. The Murray mower is done, fully serviced, ready to mow again. And like I said, this thing came in running rough, running pretty rough. I mean, it literally was about to die to that point. So, like I said, I went through the carburetor, and then I wanted to go over in another video of how to service the mower, because the customer also wanted it serviced. So, if you have any questions regarding anything with this mower, let me know. Like I said, I'm a certified small engine mechanic. I got an online certification in small engines, and then I have a bunch of isolated certifications, like I said, Toro, American Honda, Steel, Briggs and Stratton, you name it. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please leave a like button, or hit the like button. Please subscribe. Sorry my garage is a mess. I'm organizing it right now because I actually stopped doing mechanic work, and I want to get back into it, make some cool videos to help people out, and that's what this is all about. So hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.